Today is tree pruning day. We are pruning apple trees. I have 4 different apple trees and 2 of them that are much larger and the other 2 are much smaller. So we have a variety of different pruning methods to show you here today. I did not prune these last year, mainly because I was too scared to do it. So now it's January and I am doing a winter prune. I will come back and do a summer prune as well, but this is where I can take down the bulk of the tree and show you different cuts that you can make and what each of those different cuts will do to your apple trees or some of your other fruit trees. First thing, I'm just standing here looking at these trees. What can I take out? They need good airflow. I cannot pick an apple from up here. So I don't necessarily want them to get that tall. I want this orchard to be something that I can manage. I don't need a super tall ladder to do that. And so we're gonna make some drastic changes to this apple tree. We're gonna start here with this apple tree and I'll give you a close-up of the cuts that I'm gonna make today. Things that we're gonna look for. We're going to look for dead and diseased. This right here has a lot of damage to its branch. I might consider taking that out. This branch right here, going up through the middle of the tree, it's gonna come out. Some other things to consider is just the overall structure of the tree. You can see how this side is not growing near as quickly as this side over here. That's probably because of this willow right here, but that's okay because we're not taking the willow out either. So this branch right here, it comes back and it meets right here. We have two branches. This one is going to the middle of the tree, so it's gonna need to come out. See these 2 buds right here? If I were to cut right here, these 2 buds would create another 2 more branches. So I'm actually gonna bring it all the way back right here. And if you can kind of see, they call it a collar. If I cut it right here, this is the only branch that is going to continue growing. And there is one over here that is also going into the middle of the tree as well. Here's another good example of the collar. So this right here. So you want to cut right about here so that this branch doesn't continue to grow and this one, this smaller one, will grow this way if this was one of the branches that you would want to take out. If there was one that's just too tall, like this one right here is pretty tall. If you want to just take it down, if you cut it right here, you want to cut it, see that's called a node right here. If you want to take it just down and you cut it right above the node so that this branch, this node would create a branch. If you cut it right here, see how this node is facing into the tree and you cut it above there, that branch would go into the tree. So you want to cut it above a node that is going in the right direction. The tools that I'm going to be using today, we have a loppers and we have a pruner. You can use a tree pruning saw, would also work really well. I don't have one of those. So we're gonna go ahead and get started and I'll kind of walk you through all the steps and cuts that we're making. I am gonna start kind of small because I am a little nervous about this. I don't know why, I shouldn't be, but I am. Okay, so this branch is getting towards the ground. I don't want that. So we're gonna cut it. 1 down. First cut to go. All right, so this branch, let's get in here. Again, this is that one that's going up through the center of the tree. I don't want that. I don't really want that one either. Do I even want this entire branch? It starts pretty low to the ground. We're gonna take it all the way down to that node. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep cutting. I'm gonna create a pile and just keep cutting. Oh, this one's going through the middle of the tree. We're gonna remove that. These are all kinds of jumbled up and this one's almost touching the ground, so we don't want that, but this one does go up. So we're gonna cut it right there. That's called a heading cut. And then we're actually going to remove this one. It's a removal cut because there's a branch growing here and a branch growing down. I've decided this lower branch is gonna come completely out. So I got the loppers out and we're gonna cut it all the way back to the collar so that the tree can heal itself. That was hard. Okay, now for the next really hard cut is the really rapid growth on this side. I need to decide what's coming out. This one, it's coming out. Should have sharpened those. You should also use sharp tools. It makes your life easier. But I didn't, so. And also they're not very sharp. My husband needs to buy me new ones because he's been using these to cut up deer. When he kills a deer, he uses them on the legs, which dulls them. So he needs to buy me a new one. Whew. Let me stand back, see what that looks like. Oh man, better, but let's keep going. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in and kind of open the tree up. I see a lot of crisscrossing branches that I don't want. This one is headed into the middle of the tree. It's coming out, again, right there at that collar so that the tree can grow around itself. This one is this one right here is in the middle of the tree. We don't want that. We want to create airflow, kind of like you're pruning a rose bush. You want airflow. These two are rubbing against each other. We don't want that one. Wherever I cut it, it will create lateral branches. So we want to cut it, this node right here is facing out, away from the center of the tree. So that's where we're going to cut it. Okay, this side of the tree. Here's a variety of cuts. This one, we need to remove it. So we're going to take it all the way back to the collar and we cut. Now it will not grow, it will grow actually down here from these branches. This one we want to keep, but I want to encourage more growth. So I'm actually going to cut it where a node is right here. It's facing this way, it's facing out. And so I'm going to cut it right above that node. And that will force it to create branching right here and fill in this space. This one is headed, I can tell it's headed to the inside of the tree. So we want to bring it down to a node that's facing out. We're going to trim that. Same with this one. And I'm probably not even pruning this fruit tree as hard as it should be. I will get more comfortable with time, and so will you. Just get out there and try. This branch is headed into this branch. So we're going to do a heading cut. See this node right here that's facing out, right above it. So now this is where the new branch will start. You can take it back farther if you feel like it. That's all we're going to do for that one. Okay, so that's what the tree looks like. This is all that we cut off from the apple tree. I don't want this tree to get much taller than this, but I can reach it. The kids can reach it. So we think we're going to try to keep it pretty low. We're going to trim out a lot of it. This side is missing a lot of branching because it doesn't get near as much sun as this side. This is the south facing, this is north facing. And this is very, very diseased. You can tell something has really been eating at it. We haven't sprayed them yet this year. I didn't spray them last year and I got 0 fruit from both of these trees. So I will be choosing to spray my fruit trees. You do whatever you want to do. So there's an outward facing branch right here. And we're gonna snip it right there. All right, as we trim this tree, I'm just gonna remember my cuts. If I want to completely remove a branch, I go down to the collar. If I want it to start a new branch, I do a heading cut and it will create a new node. This one seems pretty congested in here, so we are going to trim it up a little bit. There are crisscrossing branches over here, so we are going to remove this branch completely. This branch is in a walkway, so it does have to come out. And that's okay to prune for utilitarian reasons as well. Like this is a walkway. As much as I like that branch, it can't be there. So this one I want the branch to go out. I'm gonna trim. This one I want the branches to go not in the walkway. So we're actually gonna trim there. And we're gonna trim there. The one going towards the ground is not gonna grow anything. We're going to remove it. Up towards the middle of the tree. Remove. Just kind of really open it up. Keep it airy. This one is going to end up crowding out the middle of the tree, so we're going to take it out all the way. This one is growing straight up. It'll keep growing straight up. It's going to be what's considered a water sprout. We don't want that either. So I think that's really all I'm going to prune off of this one for now. I'll come back and do a summer prune and kind of just overall assess the shape of the tree I want to keep the apple trees small, compact, so that it's easy for us. Even if you just cut just this, little bitty, it helps train the tree to go in the right direction. If you see the branch headed in the wrong direction, just snip it off. And I understand, you know, you want to prune for fruit production. That's fine if you want to do that too, but I also want to prune the tree for aesthetic reasons as well, so to keep them looking pretty, keep them looking neat and tidy. This is all that I pruned off of this little bitty apple tree. Not terrible, not a lot, just a little bit. We're gonna pile that up over here. Okay, both of these apple trees are done. We are going to move on to the next tree. These are both more established fruit trees. The next two that I'm going to show you are not. Okay, the next pruning method that I'm going to show you actually came from a book called Grow a Small Fruit Tree. I'll link it in the description because I've read that book probably 3 to 4 times now, trying to understand exactly what they want me to do. And because I want small fruit trees, I have them in flower beds, and I want the fruit trees to be small because I want a lot of fruit trees, but I want to keep them all very manageable, and I want to use them almost like a shrub instead of a tree. So I read this in this book, Grow a Small Fruit Tree. We are going to lop off the top of it. You have to do this. You can't do this on an established tree, so don't try that. But if you have a brand new tree, I planted both of these in winter. They're both dormant. It is their first year, so I can still do this pruning method on them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about knee high. I'm going to just lop off the top. It's probably one of the hardest cuts because they look nice, they have nice branching, but I want them to stay small, and this is the first step in doing that. So wish me luck. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go knee high, but that's okay. It's as low as I want to go. Let's go to the next one. If you planted a tree and it still has this white tag on it, you need to take it off. It will kill your tree. Your tree will grow around it. It will, what is called, girdle your tree, and it will die. I do like to keep these so I know what I'm growing. This one is an Arkansas Black, semi-dwarf. They're supposed to do really well in my area. Okay, this one we're going for the knee high. Knee high, we're gonna cut it, right here's a node, and here's a node, and there's a node. Okay, so we're gonna cut it right about here. There we go. I just cut off basically the whole tree. I really hope this works. We did some pretty drastic apple tree pruning today, so follow along and I'll let you know if I just killed my apple trees or if they're going to be a thriving and well-producing apple tree in the future. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.